Hey team, happy Wednesday and welcome to another training talk with me, Coach Coral from Team Babe Athletics. Um, Not sure if that little bit of the video got cut off, but if you guys are just tuning in, welcome. Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's week is going great. If you're new to the team, welcome. I'm Coach Coral. I live in Clearwater, Florida. And the team is also hosted with Coach Ray Walaska. And we're so stoked to be doing this series this month. So for today's, hey Melissa, hey Dina, thanks for tuning in, y'all. And good evening. I know that we've got a global team, so that's always pretty cool to be reminded of. Anyway, so straight to it today, I want to talk about staying flexible and why this is one of the key tenets of the badass mindset that we talk about with our team on a regular basis. It's part of our mental toughness training that we work on with each of our athletes, that we work on in the team constantly. And staying flexible is a really important concept for both staying healthy physically as an athlete, but today I really want to talk about more of the mental component and why staying flexible mentally in a number of different respects and contexts is really critical for both your success as an athlete, but also your long term and longevity within the sport of triathlon or endurance sports in general. So, this is honestly one of the most common things that I think triathletes are good at, and it really works to our advantage in times like these when we're tested, we're stressed, and we need to be innovative. Staying flexible allows us to shift, be agile, and really get creative in whatever endeavor we're working towards. And so when it comes to your training, being flexible and knowing that most of us aren't doing triathlon as a career or even at the pro level, staying flexible within your training to help keep you balanced within your day-to-day flow, and knowing that sometimes things take precedent over your maybe a recovery ride and you're playing in the backyard with your kids instead. Like, keeping that mentality of flexibility and creativity within your training is super important, and knowing that you're still working towards your goals when you're able to be flexible is really, really critical for that consistency and maintaining that consistency over the weeks, months, and sometimes years of working towards a long-term goal. All right, and then staying flexible within your racing. This is so key. This is so key. If you're showing up to race day being super rigid, and I'm not saying don't have a plan, having a plan is always key to success, regardless of what your measures of success look like. But being flexible within that, because things happen, and that's okay. But for instance, say the forecast ends up being way hotter than planned. Having contingencies and being flexible and being nimble in your nutrition or your race tactic, or somebody shows up that hasn't been on the start line in years and your goal was to crush this race, being okay to readjust and give it your best effort. And even though the outcome may not be what you expected, knowing that you were able to be flexible within whatever constraints you were presented with and still giving your best effort on that day is so important for realizing your potential and really knowing that you're giving your all and being in that moment. And then as far as just overall, when it comes to being flexible in a season, this is really something that we've talked about, I think, more than ever right now with the way the world is right now, and being flexible with your finish line goals, being flexible with, we talked about this last week, your process goals. How are you getting there? For instance, if your pool is closed and you don't, have open water access, how are you being flexible within your training to get to your race that's now in December when it was initially in September? And how are you being flexible and being innovative and creative and nimble in your approach, in your process, in your mentality to move that needle forward each day, and stay on track, but still being okay with taking a different approach than you initially thought out for yourself. And having someone that you can bounce this off of is also really helpful, both from a problem solving standpoint, but also from sort of a reinforcement and going, okay, like I probably really am on track. And I do this with my friends and mentors constantly to make sure that I'm staying true to my goals and then also to the process of achieving them. And the thing that I really want to drive home today is that, you know, it's okay to be flexible, but don't ever lose the dream. So even if your finish line gets moved, even though your process may look different, showing up every day with a flexible attitude and a flexible mentality, but still having that fire, that passion, that drive to work towards whatever it is that you dream of, your impossible, your Everest, your Kona, your whatever it looks like, showing up every day with the intention of doing your best, even if it means being flexible and taking a slightly different path to get there. And even if your arrival date is a little bit different than what you initially thought it would be, that's okay. That's part of life. That's part of endurance sports. And that's really why I love this sport, is that it is such a perfect metaphor for how we live life and embracing the journey rather than just the destination. The journey is really where it's at. And it's the journey towards the dream that keeps us going, keeps us engaged in the present moment every single day that we wake up, and work to better ourselves, improve ourselves, pull people in, and build other people up around us as we go through this journey of making ourselves better. So don't ever lose the dream, but stay flexible in your process and in your route to get there. And even though your arrival date may be a little bit different, that's okay. That's how we roll through life. So maybe a little bit philosophical today, but I think that this is such a key tenet to hold with us throughout all of the things that we do, whether it be in sport, whether it be in life, and to just keep moving forward and keep going the best we can. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Couple really cool updates. So yesterday we actually launched our inaugural Tuesday open water swim at Sand Key. So if you're in the Tampa Bay area, please come out and join us. We've got a whole different range of abilities and goals and whatnot. So there will definitely be at least a couple people for you to swim with. We're doing loose starts at 5:30 from Sand Key Park Gulf side. If it gets a little tenuous, we may make an announcement that we're moving to the inlet side where it's a little bit calmer. And these are free and open to both babes, but also mobsters, are men of babe. So free, open for anybody to join. Suzanne, thanks for hopping in. Hope you have a great day today. And then, yeah, so Tuesday open water swims, we're going to keep doing those all summer, and it's going to be a blast. And then also we've been blown away at the response to our virtual training camp that we're rolling in 4-week blocks. So we're like in the last 10 days or so of our May virtual training camp, and you can sign up and do this from anywhere. So we've got athletes that are doing it in Taiwan, the US, Italy, like all over. But we're connecting each week over training in our group, and also for virtual team rides, which has been super fun. So if you guys want to hop in, it's only $19 for the 4 weeks. And if you have any questions, shoot us a message or just comment on this post. We'd love for you to join us. And then probably the coolest thing that we have launched in the last week, we have created, it's a 100% free, no strings Team Babe community page. And this group is open for anyone. Well, not anyone, but specifically for any babe who has triathlon goals, endurance dreams, anything in the endurance space. We want this to be a really open, welcoming, positive, supportive space where female athletes and anyone who identifies in that light, that y'all can come and support one another, bounce things off each other. Hopefully once we kind of see a resolve to this COVID stuff and get back to racing, like team meetups, stuff like that. But also, supported by 2 certified tri coaches with deep experience in the endurance world. So, reliable resources and whatnot, will also be sharing those sorts of things in that group. So if you're already in there, invite some friends. The more the merrier. This is open for anyone. So okay, I think that's it for announcements, but I hope you guys have a fantastic day, a great week. Remember, stay flexible, keep that dream going. And if you need anything, as always, don't hesitate to reach out. We are here as a resource for you guys. And we just love seeing the successes that y'all are sharing throughout all of this kind of crazy, bumpy, beautiful mess of a ride that we're on. So take care, have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Bye.